5 NFC teams at 7-7, and according to Next Gen Stats, tonight's winner has a greater than 70% chance of making the playoffs, while the loser drops below 25%. Tony, what do the Saints need to do to get back in this thing?
Well, they got to get Alvin Kamara going. He's got 6 carries for 10 yards and 1 catch for 3 yards. He is the big dog in this offense. Get him going. That'll open everything up for Derek Carr.
Both teams know how important this game is. Matthew Stafford came into tonight with 12 touchdown passes in the previous 4 games and added 2 more in the first half. Rams lead 17-7. An important 30 minutes to come. This has been the State Farm Halftime Show. We'll see you guys right back here after the game. Enjoy the second half.
This is a hot flash. This is a hot flash. But this is a not flash. There's big news for women going through menopause. Veoza, a prescription treatment for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, the medical name for hot flashes and night sweats. With hormone-free Veoza, you can have fewer hot flashes and more not flashes. Veoza is proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night. For some women, it can start working in as early as 1 week. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Increased liver blood test values may occur. Your doctor will check them before and during treatment. Most common side effects include stomach pain, diarrhea, difficulty sleeping, back pain, and hot flashes. I get a good feeling. Ask your doctor about hormone-free Veoza and enjoy more not flashes.
The extra twinkle. That extra swagger. Feeling healthy by leaps and bounds. Making a dinner that makes their whole day. And giving your best friend the best nutrients for their best life. Science did that.
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
Thursday night football is on. Next week is Sauce Gardner up against Myles Garrett as the Jets take on the Browns. Thursday night football only on Prime.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Tune in to a special Saturday doubleheader kicking off at 4:30 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Then Week 16 continues Christmas Eve on CBS and Fox, followed by Patriots-Broncos on NFL Network. And Week 16 concludes with a Christmas Day tripleheader. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Prime Stories Now is presented by Verizon.
We know what both teams are playing for. We're going to get their best shot all the way down to the end.
A game of major significance tonight.
We haven't lost that confidence, not one time. We know what we can do. We know what we're about.
Caught! Nakua. Touchdown. 4th and 5. Carr is going to get sacked, and that's the end of that drive.
Our backs are against the wall.
Carr going deep and open and making the catch. Shaheed for the touchdown. Stafford throws, caught. Touchdown. So it is 17-7. Rams leading the Saints at halftime. Kaylee with Sean McVay.
Well, Sean, you put up 17 points and only punted once in the first half. What do you need to carry over to the second?
Same thing. You know, we got to be able to execute. Like to see a little bit more efficiency in our run game. Got to do a good job of making those kicks if we're in range on that. Like the way our defense is playing, they got some big stops. Just got to prevent giving up the explosive, but we got to play 4 quarters.
What did you tell your team at the half about the importance of closing this one out?
Just that. Hey, let's just continue to stay in the moment, one play at a time. Let's go finish this thing. Thanks, Dave.
All right, the 2 quarterbacks. You've got Carr, who threw for 163. Stafford threw for 199 and 2 touchdowns. 10-point game. Each team controlling its own playoff fate at this point. Each 7-7. Rams to get it to start the second half. Fair catch called for at the 3-yard line. They'll start at the 25. Time now for tonight's journey, which is being presented by Hyundai. So DeMarcus Robinson, 6 catches in the first half for 82 yards and a touchdown, and some really big grabs 45-yard TD catch there by Shaheed. 7 of 40 or more yards this season. The Rams, the problem's been giving up that explosive play, and they gave one there, and there's the quarterback comparison for you.
Rams with that opportunity to close out the first half with that touchdown, and now start the second half with another big opportunity. See if the Saints defense can step up here.
Play action, don't get pressure on Stafford. Down the sideline goes the pass. It's a little short, and Nakua comes back. Did he hold on? No, he didn't. Well, maybe they say he did. He held on, and they're going to give him the catch, at least for the moment, until the Rams get up there in a hurry and make sure they don't challenge this. So did he hold on? He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. He goes down, and
that's a catch.
It's a catch. And the Rams do get it off before any challenge can be made to begin with. So yeah, here you go again. What a play. Adebo is there. Taylor are both there. Somehow he's able to grab it, secure it, and end the play.
And Terry, what do you see? That looks like a complete catch, right?
It is, Kirk. He gains control of the ball, and he has it in very much long enough to perform that kind of the game. And then he finally loses it there at the end. This is absolutely a catch.
By the time he loses it, he's already considered down, so obviously that is a catch. And a big play. He got hit, by the way, right as he let that ball out of his hands.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 6. Look at Williams. Kyron Williams to the 21-yard line. So Rams first down by rushing tonight, and time out here. It's Williams.
Kyron Williams.
Yep. Helmet off. Taking a look at him. Again, he missed 4 games earlier this season with injuries, and they work on him with alacrity. Injury was down, but there he was getting up, and he will go into the blue tent. Get a report ASAP on him.
Yeah, and he has been, we talked all game about how important he has been to this offense and the spark that he has provided. Hopefully he'll get looked at and be able to come back.
So now Ronnie Rivers just activated. Last couple of days, he is the running back. He stays in the block. Stafford throws, and they had a wide open Nakua, but misses him. That time he had the pressure put on by Pete Werner. Heat up the middle, but Stafford couldn't find the open man. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the blitz comes here. Good pickup. But watch to the outside with 17 to the right. Watch this little push at the top of the route. That's the physicality that he has. And again, big 6'2" wide receiver. And that's the part of the game that he loves, is to be able to, usually you see it with blocking. This time he's just able to separate and get away from Taylor. And boy, did the Saints catch a break there. Stafford had plenty of time to be able to make that throw.
Rams scored a break too because Williams is back in the game. After he went down hard, looked to be in a lot of pain. Stafford now to the outside again, and that pass is incomplete in the end zone. That's Adebo covering on the play intended for Nakua. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Well, he's going to work from the left to the right. You see so much pre-snap movement with Sean McVay's offense trying to create matchups. The Saints don't run with him, but it's still man-to-man, one-on-one. Ball's underthrown a bit. And Adebo never really locates the football, and that's the reaction you hear from the crowd. But I think that's a good no call there on that 2nd down.
3rd and 10. Pass, Cup, cuts it back, 1st down. Cooper Kupp that time. You had Robinson, you had Higbee, both blocking.
It's a great time to call this because they bring Jonathan Abram on a blitz, so you motion the big tight end to get him out in front. Here comes the blitz right here. So once you get that football thrown, now you have one less defender because of the blitz. You got Higbee out there blocking, and then Kupp's able to make Matthew miss there right at the 1st down marker.
And Robinson as well. The Rams wide receivers are great blockers. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Williams to the 4. 2nd and 3.
You and I were talking at the break when he went down and how important he is to this offense. It's just his natural instinctive ability as a runner. And this offense has flourished with him in. 10 games he's been able to play. Look at the difference in the points per game, nearly double. Yards per game, so it's just a different offense, and it's not just the numbers. If you've watched this Rams team, it's the personality, it's the energy, it's the juice that he provides for this team.
He's over 1,000 rushing yards this season, despite missing those 4 games. 2nd and 4. Here he goes again, setting up a 3rd down 1 or a short 2. 3rd down.
It's kind of interesting to see a back like Kyren Williams in a year where coming into the year there was so much talk about the NFL running backs almost as a fraternity being smitten, or not smitten, more frustrated and angered with the way they were being treated as a group and not appreciated. And here's a guy, Kyren Williams, showing you how important running backs still can be. Christian McCaffrey and what he does with the 49ers, the Miami Dolphins, and what they've been able to do this year.
3rd and 2. Stafford protected well, and then that pass incomplete, might have slipped out of his hand. And so it's 4th down again. They bog down in the red zone and have to settle for a 3-point attempt.
You're right, and I think Stafford, he did try to pull back because the linebacker Pete Werner ended up sliding right there into his throwing lane, so that's why he tried to pull the ball back and try to find another option. So good job of disguising and fooling Stafford there on that 3rd down.
Well, he missed the coup on what would have been a wide open touchdown. Now you've got Havrasek. Rams with 11 missed field goals total this year. Of course, they had Maher early on. Now you got Havrasek, and this short one from 22 is good. Opening SoFi Stadium, 20-7 is our score. Rams to kick off, and Shaheed watch it bound through the end zone. Take a look at the NFC South, the fight for the South. NFL memes. So there are the records in the South. 6 teams in history of the league have made the playoffs with a losing record. And could be in that situation. 22-34 this year, lowest win percentage for any division in the NFL this year, and that was the case again last season. But the big game coming up for them at Tampa next Sunday. They're fighting with Tampa right now for the crown. From the 25, Kamara. Of course, if you get a division title, you get a wild card home game. You play at home. You can meet a team that might have 11 wins, and you're the home team. So it's big.
And Tampa did that last year. So you do get a little bit lulled to sleep with some of these records of these teams that are in the wild card, because you're right. NFC South is always just wide open, at least at this point.
Taysom Hill now to take the snap on 2nd down and 5. Hill's going to carry, but not very far. Brought back there, Ernest Jones, another big night for him. Jones, 3rd-year man out of South Carolina, picked him in the 3rd round back in 21, and Carr comes back in.
And with his revamped defense that they've been able to build up through the draft and bringing in a few guys through free agency, Jones has become the kind of the leader. He's the guy that Raheem Morris figured would eventually become that guy, and he said he's had so much fun watching the 3rd-year linebacker grow into that position. Said he has great instincts, and his communication skill just gets better and better.
3rd and 6, and now Carr has to take a timeout.
New Orleans, their first, the 32nd timeout.
Well, that defense, one of the reasons that the Rams are where they are right now, and that's why the expectations, I think, for this team were not very high coming into the season. You had Stafford coming off an injury. You had Kyren Williams had not emerged. You had a defense with only, as I say, 3 starters from last year who even came back. Of course, Aaron Donald and Jones being 2 of them, the others on the practice squad. But they have melded, they have blended beautifully. It's part of the reason the Rams are one of those teams that have certainly exceeded expectations to this point.
Yeah, especially in the back end. Think about where they were with Jalen Ramsey and David Long and Troy Hill and Nick Scott and Taylor Rapp. That's just on the back end. Bobby Wagner was here a year ago. I mean, it's just a completely different defensive group. with the exception of, as you said, just a couple guys.
3rd down and 6. From the 29. Extra pressure. Pass is caught. To keep that drive going, they go to the tight end, Foster Moreau, for a 1st down. So key 3rd down conversion for the Saints.
And they bring Jones this time on this blitz, trying to be able to get home. They also bring Yeast, so you get 2. One's a safety, one's a backer, picked up nicely by Kamara. So they try to create some confusion and some doubt for that offensive line. They give him just enough time, and a good job by Carr looking through that pressure downfield to the big tight end for the 1st down.
End around. Shaheed picks up a couple. You know, you were talking before, Kirk, about how quickly so many of the quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball under 3 seconds. You know, some at 2.3 or so. So who are the most frustrated people in the world? Defensive linemen.
Every week, right? We talk to these guys, and you know, Aaron Donald is talking this week with us about the frustrations, not just the ball getting out fast, but he said, you know, usually I'm double teamed, sometimes triple teamed, so it does free it up for Byron Young and others, as we've seen tonight, have to win one-on-one battles.
Yeah, Kobe Turner as well. Had a big sack before. 2nd and 6. Pass to the outside is errant. Kamara, the intended receiver. You had John Johnson blitzing from the secondary that time. It'll be 3rd down and 6 with 8.5 to go in the 3rd.
You know, they hit Olave early in the game. The first quarter, he had 4 targets and 4 receptions, and he's been relatively quiet from that point on. He still is up to 6 catches on the night, but you get into these critical moments, your best players, they got to win. They got to make, especially against man, you got to get some separation here.
Raheem Morris got a smile out of the official. 3rd and 6. Carr steps up. Carr fires. It's picked off at the 40-yard line. Intercepted there by Jordan Fuller. And he takes it to the Saints' 40-yard line. Number 4 picks off number 4. And the Rams get it on the turnover.
Al, he just hides in coverage here. He just doesn't locate him. He thinks it's man-to-man, guys working across the field. He just doesn't locate Jordan Fuller. Jordan Fuller just sitting there as a robber, just kind of sinks down. He's reading the eyes of Derek Carr, and he just never locates him, throws it right into his hands. And unfortunately for Derek Carr, that's been something that has creeped up from time to time throughout his career, especially on those 3rd downs.
First